Chris, what have you seen from Kendall Fuller so far, and why do you think he's really thrived at playing primarily outside corner this year?
Kendall's a very cerebral player. He's extremely bright. He really understands the game schematically as far as how teams are trying to attack. He's playing with really good technique, and he's a good football player, and he's finding ways to make plays on the football. So it's nothing that I'm surprised at. I thought he was a really good player when we got him, and him playing on the outside, he actually enjoys. He can play anywhere. He's kind of a jack of all trades. He could play any position in the secondary, but he's really thriving at playing on the outside.
He said in the past that Torian Gray was one of the coaches that really stressed versatility at Virginia Tech. I believe you played for him in Chicago one year, correct?
I did. I sure did.
What was that like, and was that an emphasis from him even at the pro level?
Yeah, Torian was I really enjoyed Torian. He was our assistant DB coach my rookie year in Chicago, and he was a very bright individual, a guy who played the game, really understood football, and I know Kendall played for him there at Virginia Tech, and some of the technique things that they do there, he was teaching that when I was playing. So having a guy like that is always helpful.
Thanks.
Hey, Chris, John Kime, ESPN. I'm curious if you could, how would you assess Landon Collins' play so far?
He's been okay. The entire secondary, we've all got to kind of chip in, and as a group, one thing I preach to those guys is just making sure that we're staying, paying attention to the details as a group, as a whole. At times, we haven't done that. With some of the explosive plays that we've given up as a unit. So that's one thing that's being emphasized throughout the week and will be emphasized forever as long as I'm here, is making sure that we're staying in tune with the detail of every little thing that we're doing.
Does that go back to their eyes and discipline, or what are some of the other details that you're talking about?
Yeah. Eye discipline is a huge thing. Eye discipline, understanding formations that we may have gone over. But I think the biggest attention to detail thing that we've got to make sure that we grow in is our eye discipline, exactly where our eyes should be on every single play as far as my keys, what should I be looking at, who should I be looking at, and those things.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris, what was the transition at safety between Troy Apke and Deshazor Everett like, and what did you like about Deshazor's play last week?
The transition, we just wanted to kind of get a little bit more out of the position, and Deshazor, he brought some great energy. He's flying around back there. Everything he does it extremely fast. He's kind of a ready shoot aim guy, and everything he does is extremely fast, and he ran the middle of the field pretty well last week, and even in practice, angles coming up, approaching tackles on the ball, and with Troy's still a work in progress. He's still developing as a free safety, and nobody's strong. We haven't thrown him out at all. He's still a work in progress, and we're still developing him. And I still think he has the tools to be a efficient free safety in the National Football League.
Ben Standing, if you're on, Matt Paris.
Hey, Chris, just kind of curious, what did you think of Cam Curl's start of the season? And he played just a few snaps last week, but what have you made of his development, and what's kind of the next step for him?
I'm excited for Cam. Cam's a rookie who came in. He's a pretty sharp individual mentally, and he has the mental capacity to learn multiple positions like he did. He was playing some nickel, playing safety, and so he was getting an opportunity. We were playing a bigger nickel package versus earlier on in the season versus some of those teams who were trying to give you a lot of motions and trying to get your nickel in a spot to have to fit runs, and so to have a bigger body was a reason to get Cam in there, and he did a wonderful job in that role. So I'm excited about his development. And he's got the tools to be able to play in our big nickel package when he's outside, and also to play back deep or play strong safety. So his versatility is one of the things that I really like about him.
Hey, Chris, with regards to Fabien Moreau, he obviously got back in the lineup last week after not being on defense for a bit. What was sort of the situation there that went from him being in the lineup to being out for a few weeks and then getting back in? Was it a matchup situation, just something you guys were liking with some other players?
No, it was, I mean, you know, we missed Kendall for the first 2 weeks of the season. And so not having Kendall out there, Fabien was coming in as the third corner. And so when Kendall came back, you know, it's only three corner spots. And he's more of an outside guy, outside corner. And Jimmy's been playing inside. So it was nothing that he did wrong. It was just kind of the way it worked out from a numbers standpoint. But he's a guy that we felt, you know, he deserved opportunities to play. So we wanted to try to create a little package to where he could get on the field. You know, guys who do things the right way, we try to reward them as best we can. But like I said, it's only three corner spots back there in the secondary. So it makes it kind of tough to get everybody playing time.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a couple more if anyone has another question.
Hey, Chris. Good afternoon. It's Chris Russell here. With Ronald Darby, I know he gave up a couple of big plays earlier in the season, you know, depending on coverages and all that and how you guys grade that. But, you know, it seems like he's played pretty well overall for you. Would you say that he's, I guess, maybe back to the old Ron Darby, or do you still think he's got a little bit more to go before he gets back to maybe what he was earlier in his career?
I'm excited about Darby. He's been playing some pretty good football. You know, he did give up a couple plays. You know, I think everybody in the secondary has, but he's back to playing with technique, and that's the biggest thing, is just making sure we're cleaning up the technique and making sure the technique is on point, the way we're teaching it, and he's doing a good job working at it, and he's actually been pretty steady back there, and I think he is kind of getting back to form after you know, having an injury with the knee injuries the past couple of years. So I'm excited in the direction that he's trending.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris, it's John Keim again. I'm curious, Ron was saying that his last round of cancer treatment starts Monday. What have you guys seen him go through in handling this, and what's been your impressions of all that?
You know, it's seeing him go through what he's going through and still coming out here to work every day is actually inspiring because I understand the whole chemotherapy thing, and that's rough on your body. I mean, it completely zaps you, and to see him do that, and then out there at practice coaching, it's actually refreshing to see, and the guys actually enjoy seeing it. You know, I tell them, you don't have anything to complain about. I mean, you really don't. I let our guys know that you have nothing. You think you got it bad, you don't. You know, we got a head coach who's battling cancer, going through chemo every single week, and he's dedicated enough to where he goes and does that. It zaps the living life out of him, and he's out here with you guys every single day as much as he can. So, you know, it's been an inspiration to me as well as to the team.